Hi, I'm Steve. I'm a former head teacher and former lead inspector for Ofsted. I want to show you how you can use Intelligent Evidence's platform to upload and analyse information and evidence that you already have in school and map it against the Ofsted framework in minutes. I know how important your time is. I know that even now as you're watching this video, somebody could knock at your door and the rest of your morning's taken up with something else. So you need to use every minute that you can in the most effective way that you can. That's how Intelligent Evidence can help. So let's look at the platform. When you log into the platform, you arrive at your homepage. This gives you an overview of what is happening in your school and the evidence that you've uploaded. To put new evidence into the platform is really simple. First of all, we go to the Upload Evidence button. We choose a file. I've got an ASP attendance file here. We upload. And then we can guide the platform to look for specific evidence to do with behaviour and attendance, because I know that's what this document is to do with. But equally, I could ask it to look for everything. I'm also going to suggest that I want to look for my expected standard first, because I know that I've got to fulfill all of those criteria before I can look at strong. And then, very simply, upload. In the background, our AI is now looking at this document and trying to match evidence that it finds to the grade descriptors, saving you that time and effort. We can use any form of documentation to upload to the platform. It can be a PDF, a Word file, Excel, it doesn't matter. We don't want you to do anything different to what you normally do throughout your school year. So the document's now uploaded, and if I scroll down, I can see that the analysis is now complete. The next step is very simply to approve my evidence. I can see the category, I can see the grade descriptor, and I can see what the AI has pulled out as potential evidence. It's really important that you agree with this evidence. It's yours. We make suggestions, you make decisions. So looking at that, I can see, yep, that makes sense to me. I might want to check. I can do that quite simply by viewing the documentation side by side. Again, you can see how this would work if you were working in your senior leadership team and you wanted to make sure that you were comparing like for like. So now I'm happy that the evidence matches. All I need to do is click approve. If I want to change the statement a little, make it more my own, I can edit as I wish. And then I'm going to take that out because I didn't use any capitals or full stops. And then you just hit save. If you don't like any evidence, you can just say, nope, no thank you. And it will just say to me, are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Once the evidence is uploaded, you will see it appears here on your home screen. And as I look at attendance and behaviour, I can see that I've got 8 grade descriptors covered, and still I have 2 missing. And that's really important because I can use that information to help with my next step of school self-improvement. However, I'm going to look at what I've got in my evidence base. So here I can see I've got my separate grade descriptors and I've got 2 pieces of evidence against this first descriptor. If I click into view evidence, I can see that I've now started to triangulate the information. I've got a document here, ASP attendance, that's pulled out this evaluative statement that I was happy with. I've got notes from a school improvement partner visit, which have also commented on attendance. And again, I've included that and approved it. If I wish, I can highlight this as a best example, for example, something that I want to put forward to Ofsted, or I can just leave it in there as an accumulation of the evidence. It's really important to understand that we're now triangulating evidence, and that is critical. We're not just using one source to make decisions. And that process continues throughout every grade descriptor. Here I can see I've now got a parental survey that's included. So now you can see I've got evidence that's come from a parental survey. To us, it doesn't matter what document you put in. It will use that document to evaluate and join dots together for you. The final piece of the puzzle is, what do we do with that information? Well, we're able to generate and export results, which you can see here. Again, if I wanted to, I could actually filter those results. If I wanted to do a behaviour report or an attendance report for governors, I could do it that way. Or if I wanted to look specifically at curriculum and teaching, and again, we can monitor it by strength. Or indeed, if I wanted to, I could pick out individual grade descriptors to look at exactly what was happening at a granular level within school. And then I just hit download. When the report's generated, it looks something like this. We can see the top level group, the strength, the grade descriptor itself, and then the 3 or more pieces of evaluative evidence that has come from these specific files. So you're really being able to drill down into the information and present a really comprehensive picture of what's happening in your school. So I hope that's been a useful 5 minutes of your time. Please do contact me, get a hold of me on LinkedIn. If you're interested in having a go, we've got a free trial. You can put 5 documents into the platform, no cost. Have a go, see what you think. I hope that's been helpful. Thanks very much.